3-1 defeat to Newport County today. Can we put that down as an off day?
I think it was. It's certainly an uncharacteristic off day. Majority of the games that we've played in this season, we've come out with either a good performance or a good result. Even when the game's gone against us for a decision or whatever, you can always hang your hat on something. And there weren't too many positives today. Possibly Dan Bennett, you could say, was the key positive in the fact that we didn't go under. And when you've got a young group of lads, that sometimes, when the game's going against them, they've got to try and manage that game. And at 3-1 down, they had 4 or 5 decent chances. We had 1 or 2 chances, but I can't really say we deserved anything from the game today. And as I say, I'm glad I can say it's an uncharacteristic performance so far.
I mean, Dan made some fantastic saves, as you've touched on. It was his sort of error that led to the first goal. It was disappointing to go behind at that stage, wasn't it? Because I thought they started well, but we were coming back into the game.
We were coming into the game, and when you do, it knocks the stuffing out of you to a certain extent. The fact that you're going to make mistakes. Everybody's going to make mistakes. Whether it be the senior players on the field that play like Barry Corr, or the younger players on the field that play like Ryan Organ. You've got to try and cover the mistakes up and cover for each other. We call it man-and-a-half football. We didn't actually quite simply do man-and-a-half football today. The most important thing, or the most disappointing thing from my perspective was 484 fans here today. As I'm listening to that, as I'm coming off, it's so disappointing that we didn't perform for them. Travelling fans, they tend to come and want to see an away performance, and we didn't get it today.
Barry, a disappointing defeat today.
Yeah, really disappointing. Sometimes there's a way to win and a way to lose, and we certainly the way we lost today wasn't good enough. Really, it was probably 11 of their players were better than 11 of our players today, so it's really disappointing. It was
a case of it just didn't click, did it? Misplaced passes, touches, and just didn't work for us today.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. Pretty much every player, and balls were bouncing up everywhere, and we weren't keeping the ball well enough. And sometimes you need to just almost go back to basics and just be hard to beat and put your foot in a little bit, and we didn't even do that. So as players, we need to look at ourselves. I think it wasn't good enough today, and obviously we have Friday night to make it right. That's what we need to do.
I mean, it wasn't. It was a poor performance, but we haven't had many of them this season. We must say that.
Well, that's the thing. The manager said it, because there's nothing the manager can do if you put out 11 players and they perform like that. It doesn't matter if you're Alex Ferguson. That's just not good enough. We just didn't do enough. So yeah, it's hard to put your finger on it, because we are, like you say, we are a good bunch of lads. There's honest lads there. The only thing we can do is draw a line under it, I suppose. Not let it happen again. Remember how it feels, remember how this feels right now, and take that to Friday night.